Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fuel for Success. It is episode 268 on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Hope everyone had a wonderful Easter, and good to see all of our amazing live audience members here. Matt, good to see you. Love the backdrop. Your amazing book, Just Juice It. I had a copy here, but I can't keep them. Everybody wants them, so I can't keep copies in hand.
That makes me feel good. My favorite moments in life are people that read my book and send me a message and ask me, "Hey Matt, I just read your book, cover to cover. It was unbelievable. Can you give me any suggestions what juicer I should buy?" That, my friends, is what I love about life.
That's when you know it's really good that you can't punch someone over text. So, hey, there's an app idea.
There you
Send a
go.
punch. Like, hey, I got a pop. What happened? I got some
Like,
people. I got some people on my list.
Like, wouldn't it be awesome to create in our app that when people go to eat bad, they get what's that taser? Like their phone
Yeah,
tases.
tase them. Like a
That's
shock collar for dogs. We're
It's
doing
not a
it.
bad idea, actually.
Hey,
Like it senses sugar and
Fitbit.
it senses fast food and it senses like bad foods. And every time they go to put it in their mouth, their whole body would like tase for like 30 seconds. That would be
Yeah,
epic, wouldn't it?
we'll create a device that's like a Fitbit. It'll track all your health and everything, and then we'll just remotely be able to zap you with it.
Hey, if I
People will
was
be
a
like,
teacher,
"Hey, I'm thinking about." Yeah.
no, go ahead. You thinking about what?
Well, some of our mild 90 members, they may like text us a picture of a menu or something, and like, I'm thinking about getting this salad. Be like, nope.
What I love is
Days with love.
I love the innocent questions of like, hey, is this healthy? And it's like, clearly not. And I love how like delicate you and I are. We're like,
Like, hey, are these gummy bears healthy? They're fruit flavored.
Mike, how do you like that quick come up with gummy? And what are they doing on your desk? Let's talk right now. What are those
They're on
even
their way.
doing on your desk in the first place?
They're on their way to the trash.
Well, you could say, well, these
Those are
are
gift
right.
prop.
These are fruit gummy bears, right? Like this one's
Exactly.
banana, this one's blueberry, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Hey, so we're going to be talking about health and fitness today, if you hadn't guessed, and because we do that. What are you drinking?
My friend, I have always been a believer in carrot juice.
Yeah.
I am doing today's video actually from My Health 90 is going to be the benefits of raw carrot juice. And I'm going to tell some unbelievable stories of people that I know that healed themselves of diseases through carrots
That's awesome.
and getting radical about juicing carrot juice. So I'm just, that's what
I
I'm
love
drinking.
carrots.
I mean, I can see why you would be confused, wondering what could I be drinking right now. I could see why, because I would understand why that would be hard to see that this could be carrot juice.
I assumed that there was something else in there along with the carrots, which is sort of what I was leading into. I was sort of doing a show here and trying to get to a certain area, but by all means,
But man, I didn't pick up on it, Mike. That's my bad. I wasn't flowing with you yet, Mike. Yeah, I have not been adding stuff to my carrot juice. I've been going
just straight carrot.
straight carrots, no ginger, no apples. Now, if I'm going to add something, that would be what I would add. A few apples
Yeah,
and ginger. Because obviously, Mike, you and I are ginger fans.
right. Tommy wants to know how
How
many
many carrots
carrots
are
you
in
got.
this bottle, Tommy? I'd have to look at the bag. It's usually a whole bag of carrots. And, I probably do you got to remember, I naturally, and Mike can tell you, I drink a lot, don't I, Mike? I mean, I can
Yeah.
get, I just drink a lot. So for me, it's no big deal. So I can probably do about a half a gallon to a gallon of carrot juice a day. That's. Anyways, Mike, that's funny.
That's a
I'm
lot.
sorry, bro. Here we go. Let's talk.
I just I have a new coffee mug from Branson, Missouri. I've never actually been there, but my good friend Josh and Laura, Savannah's parents, as they're known, uh, were in Branson. They brought Carol and I some coffee mugs. So shout out to them. Thanks for the coffee mug.
Shout out. That's actually, they're at real friend status. When friends start bringing you back stuff from their vacations, that's how you know they were thinking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Exactly.
Shout out.
Shout out to them. So, and they had a great time in Branson, even though it rained a lot. Hey, that's not what he meant, Tommy. But good catch.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Hey, this is vodka and carrot juice, Mike. This stuff, talk about energy.
Tommy just said vodka and carrots. As we know, alcohol is actually not healthy, so we don't condone that for a number of reasons. However, we're doing a show here, so I want to remind everybody that already knows that by all means, interact in the chat box. Send us a text, 727-341-5599, or email us, mike@mattmaddox.com, or snap us, tweet us, Facebook us. If you can't find us, you ain't trying. So,
if they don't find us, they're not trying. That's exactly right.
Hey, so let me jump into some of the questions. We talked a little bit about, you talked about the video that you're doing for My Health 90 today. Of course, we're extremely focused on building this company and helping people get healthy and lose weight through My Health 90. And this isn't a commercial for that, but this is a huge part of our life, so we're bound to talk about it. Well, let me ask you this. What is the biggest thing you've learned since starting My Health 90?
Probably the biggest thing I've learned is talking about like the people that we've worked with. I think the biggest thing I've learned, Mike, is how much people's lives, every part of their life changes when they get healthy.
Yes.
Like, yeah, their body, of course, but they end up, you know, their attitude changes, their spirituality changes, you know, their emotions, their mind, you know. They're better fathers, they're better husbands, you know, every area of their life is affected. And I love seeing that. And then probably the second thing I learned is how quickly people get discouraged when they fail.
Yeah.
And the power of having Mike and I in your back pocket when you go through that stuff. Hence why last year, 108 million Americans tried dieting 5 times. If those 108 million Americans were in My Health 90, they wouldn't ever need to diet again. And then last but not least is probably the third thing that I've learned, Mike, is how hard it is at first for people to break just like we do what we call the daily 5. Let's break it down, Mike. It's easy. We're not asking much. We're asking for a 20-minute walk, juice twice a day out of a 24-hour day, follow our meal plan, speak your 21 health affirmations, and drink a half a gallon of water. So, like the simplicity of just doing those 5 things every day, which on paper it appears simple, but because people are coming out of a world of just unhealth and bad decisions and inconsistency when it comes to their eating, the discipline of actually changing and following a meal plan and juicing and exercising. You know, out of 24 hours, we're asking for a 20-minute exercise. You know, so that's what I've learned. What about you, Mike? I know you're like the robot of My Health 90. You're so like intertwined in everybody's life. You see their scores come in every day. What would you say you've learned?
One thing that I've learned, and it's I think it applies to any genre or area of knowledge or locus of knowledge, if you will, that there's a lot of understanding that people don't have that they need to gain. And that's really one of the benefits of My Health 90 is the coaching and the training and all that sort of thing. And it's not any sort of, you know, because I was there at one point, and you don't think about all of the like background knowledge and the foundational knowledge that I've gained over the last 7 or 8 years of learning healthy living and living a healthy lifestyle. Just all the little details of like what kind of food to buy, what to avoid, all those things that
Whatever Mike is saying, that's good. Unfortunately, his volume has gone out real quick. Mike, hit the unmute button so we can hear you, bub. Someone get a snapshot of his screen right now. Can you see what I see? He's frozen. Anyway, so that's that. Let me take a look at the other questions that came in and see if I can move us to the next. Yeah, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know where I lost you, but I was just going to say from a foundational knowledge standpoint, if you've ever say I grew up like fishing, if you've ever taken somebody fishing that's never been, there's you take for granted all of the stuff that you already know, like just even how to hold the reel and how to like cast and just I mean there's all kinds of stuff that there's little details that add up to this sum of knowledge, this body of knowledge that you have about a topic, and it takes a while to get there. That's why a 90-day process is so valuable because you can't possibly learn it all at once. If we gave all the information to somebody at once, they'd be overwhelmed and they'd just like walk away, which is one of the reasons we do a 90-day process. And sometimes people are like, man, I wish I would have known this, on week one. And it's like, well, you can't know everything on week one because there's too much knowledge. And so that knowledge transfer, that process, that's been exciting to me to see that happen. And I've also been surprised at how little people know when they start. And I don't mean that in any way, negative. It's just because they haven't been in that lifestyle and they haven't built up that body of knowledge, and it takes time to do that. So that's been really surprising.
It's true. You're actually right. And you're right because I people are like, I wish I'd have known this on the first week. And I'm like, remember this My Health 90 is training you how to have a healthy lifestyle. So guess what? You'll know this for 5 years from now. 5 years from now is coming. You'll know this for 10 years from now. So in 90 days, we've completely helped you create the right habits, lose weight, learn more about health than you've ever learned, what's healthy and what's not healthy. Anyways, Mike, let's go on to some other questions, my friend.
Just another quick one about My Health 90 is what can you looking at the people that have been successful versus those that have been less successful, what's the differentiation there? What makes a difference from a success standpoint?
3 things. Number 1, those that are successful simply follow the process. They do the daily 5 daily. Number 2 is those that are successful watch every video that is put, because we send a video daily. And, the ones that are struggling are the ones that haven't been doing their daily 5. They haven't been watching the videos. And what are they doing? They're staying in the rut of their old habits. And the number 3, what makes people that are successful with My Health 90 and becoming healthy is they stay connected to us, to the Facebook page. The ones that are not doing good, you never hear from them. They're not doing their daily 5. And they're not watching the videos. And really, Mike, those simple 3 things decide success or failure. Think about it. Those literally. I mean, I can tell you right now, I can take the 160 people that are in My Health 90, and I can literally tell you, okay, here's exactly why these people are doing great. They're losing weight. Their lives are changing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then here's why the ones that are not doing good. And these are the 3 reasons. I mean, I'm sure you would agree, right?
Yeah, it's mostly about compliance. Just to be an engineer about it. That's good. Hey, here's a question. We actually have people that have signed up for My Health 90 in the past, and we've talked to people that sometimes they ask this question. Hey, I don't even know if there's hope for me. From a health and fitness standpoint, from a weight loss standpoint, I could be too far gone. Is it possible for someone to be too far gone to make improvements, to change their lives, to change their lifestyle?
Mike, that's a tough question because if you got to lay aside all motivation and belief in people, I got to give an honest answer. The honest answer is yes. There is such a thing as some people being too far gone, meaning that, they're at death's door. The cancer has spread too much, or their immune system is shutting down. It just depends on the type of disease. Now, if somebody just weighs 300-400 pounds, are they too far gone? No. But if I'm talking if we're dealing with people that are their wake up call is the doctor says you have a month to live. Now I believe. Listen, okay. So having said that,
Right.
I don't believe anybody's too far gone. I was talking to a very good friend of mine whose brother just died 2 weeks ago, and last night, and I was asking him. I said, "Well, tell me the story." And Mike, while I was listening, there was an anger inside of me saying, I know that we could have helped him. I know that we could have saved his life. So having said that, I do believe there's people every day that are dying that don't have to die. I believe there's people that are not dying today, but are going to die 6 months, a year from now, because they're not taking their health serious. It's like, Mike, I'm going to probably do one of the most go-off videos for our My Health 90 Facebook page today. It'll probably be just right on the edge, because, these 5 things that we're having people do is so they can save their life. At the end of the day, your body needs vegetables. It needs nutrition. You need nutrients. And so when people are like, I'm not so sure if I can, do this. And I'm like, there's no option. There's no option. You have to do it. Because the bottom line is, if you don't take care of your body, maybe not today, but it's gonna shut down. You're gonna die. And to me, Mike, so, I'm obviously, you can tell, it's gonna be a really intense video today. It's a bonus video coming. Just because I've been seeing a lot of comments on our Facebook page of people saying, it's just so hard, and, I just don't know if I can do this. And I saw something the other day that really just fired me up, because somebody said, I just can't do these 5 things, whatever it was. I'm like, wait a minute. These little 5 actions every day over a period of time are going to be the deciding. Look at Tim Anderson. Shout out to if he's watching. Look how much his blood pressure has dropped, right?
Blood sugar, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Blood sugar.
Yeah.
He texted me yesterday, and he said, I just want to thank you for saving my life. So is somebody too far gone? No. They're too far gone. You ready for this? The amount of people that I know that have had heart attacks that are still eating cheeseburgers, that drives me crazy. The amount of people that are obese and they're not making radical changes to lose the obesity and the weight, that bothers me. Those people, unless they wake up and get serious about their health, they feel too far gone to me. Do I believe people like us can help them? Yes, if they're willing to take the small little steps every day. That's what it is, Mike. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? You're not gonna win. You win today. What the little things we're doing today are going to impact our life moving forward.
Right.
If I go have a Big Mac and fry right now, am I going to end up as a diabetic? No. Am I going to be fat because I went and had a Big Mac and fries? No. But if I continue daily doing those types of things, it's what's going to happen. So anyways, I gave it too long of an answer to a question because I wanted to make sure people knew we are very realistic. Mike, honestly, if somebody came to me and they had a very serious disease, I would say, I want you raw, 80 to 90% of what you eat and drink, it needs to be raw fruits and vegetables. I would take them to the extreme. I know Mike's coming back, so Meaning like, you know, welcome, meaning like I would take them to the exchange. I was just waiting for you to give your 2 cents on that, Mike, because I could have kept on talking. What do you think about that?
I was actually just going to go to what Pacey said because I think this is a great point. And of course, we deal with extremes a lot of times to make a point and talking about someone, saving their life and that sort of thing. And really, for a lot of people, it's hard for them maybe to get their mind around that and think, well, I'm not dying. But I like what Pacey said because she nails it. It's sometimes it's not about living or dying, but it's about quality of life and having energy and living your life with energy. uh, that makes a huge difference. And I see that all the time. People are like, oh, I want to eat what I want to eat because I want to live my life, whatever. It's like, well, okay, so live your life sluggishly with no energy, and you're going to live half a life for half the time just because you want to eat that. I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Mike, I'm shocked at how, for example, so one of our My Health 90 members today posted on our private Facebook page that one of her, because she went and made a healthy choice at lunch, one of her coworkers told her boss that so-and-so is an embarrassment to go to lunch because she made healthy choices. I mean, I read that and I wanted to say, hey, can you give me your coworker's number? Because are people really that, are we really not, do we not realize one body? You can own 50 cars. You can live in 50 different houses. You can live in 100. One body, Mike. And you're right. So what? Maybe you're not going to die of heart attack or cancer or a stroke. But like you said, it's about quality of life. Bottom line is when you eat right, you feel right. When you eat junk, you feel, that's what makes people depressed, stressed, sick, sluggish, moody. So you're right. So yeah, I do believe that, eating healthy gives life and energy and all that. But at the end of the day, okay, so what? If you eat junk and you live to be 90, are those 90 years quality years? Did you feel vibrant? Did you really, did you feel amazing when you went to bed and woke up? Did you feel amazing throughout the day? Did you have stamina to keep up? So yeah, it's all about quality of life. But anyways, I know we got a ton of questions. Let's see how many questions we can get to in 8 minutes.
Sure thing. And as we're getting to this one, Pacey, by the way, wants to be on that intervention call team, I guess. So she wants to make that call for you.
That's dangerous. Me and Pacey on the same call with somebody, they may not come out alive.
They would not fare well. Hey, well, here's a question that came in, and since you've got a big carrot juice there, what got you into juicing carrots in the first place? And can you listen? I know you're doing a whole video later today, but just a few benefits for our viewers.
I know. No, I have their cell phone numbers. Over 5 people that have healed themselves of major cancer that was spreading through their body by being radical with juicing carrot juice. So I'm a preventative type of guy. I live as if I had all these diseases because that way you're almost pretty much guaranteed not to get them. And then bro, the energy that you get from juicing carrots, it is probably one of the number one ways to get increased energy. How clean you feel. Mike, you could juice, by the time I'm done drinking this, 15 minutes later, my whole body feels completely alive, fresh, clean, my mind, my everything. And it detoxifies, amazing, cleanses the liver. You know what? I want to throw this out there. You hear people say, well, don't drink too much carrot juice because your skin turns orange. Well, I've not been one to always just believe everything I've heard. So I've studied that out because I've got friends, Mike, that, they juiced gallons of raw carrot juice when they had these cancers and sicknesses and their skin turned the same color of carrots. And you go see a doctor hey, what's wrong with me? I look I look like a freak, I'm orange, right? And the doctor, well, you need to cut. there's no such thing as overdosing on carrots. I mean, if that's the case, let me tell you why people turn orange. You know, it's like if I go juice beets, am I going to be red tomorrow? You know, if I go juice like a big gallon of kale, am I going to turn green? The reason is, Mike, because most people's liver is so toxic that when you are juicing a ton of carrot juice, the reason that your skin turns orange is because of the toxics in the liver. That's the whole purification process. So I would tell you, look, don't stop juicing carrots because you turn a little orange or a little yellow or whatever. You know, it'll go away. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah, good point, Pacey.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point.
So so assuming that you don't look like an Oompa Loompa from Willy Wonka, I just went there because you're talking about people's skin changing colors and all of that, and she's turning violet. Violet, sorry. And so let me ask you this.
I get to talk to this guy many times a day. He's one of the funniest people. Today's pre-show conversation with Mike Hopkins is in the top 2 ever. I bent over on my knees 3 times because he made me laugh that hard. It's so funny. Anyways,
it's funny because I'm funnier when I'm like ticked. Seems like. Anyway,
that's actually a good thing, really.
When I go off. Hey, what was I going to say? This is a great question. I like this. If you can only, this is like one of those, if you were stranded on a desert island, if you could only juice 3 things, 3, you got to narrow it down to 3. What 3 things would you juice?
Well, let's see how good you know me. What would be your guess? Let's ask our audience what would be their guess.
I know what I would guess. Well, I got 2.
What?
I don't know what the 3rd would be. I'm
Okay.
guessing that there would be kale
That's one.
and carrots
2 for 2.
and wow, one more, ginger.
Close. If I could only juice 3 things, it would be carrots, kale, and wheatgrass. And even though I do love it.
I knew that.
I mean, how can you miss wheatgrass?
That's in a different category with me. I'm thinking,
That is, you're right. Okay, then actually the 3rd, believe it or not, and Mary said it, it would be berries. It would be because of the antioxidant power, the
Right.
energizer of it, the health benefits, and that would be my 3. What would be your 3, Mike?
Kale, first of all. I love kale, love the benefits of kale. And apples are definitely up there, mostly for the energy. To me, apples just give me amazing energy, and it's
Well, Mike's going off about apples right now. The sound cut down a little bit. So, Mike, just check your volume there, and it's a deal where Mike's audio sometimes will fade out for a second, but no worries. He's fixing that this week. Trust me, we got a solution to it. Anyway, so here's the deal. Let me grab one of the last questions. He was asking about the top 3. The last question of the day is, what would shock people most about juicing? You know what I think shocks people the most that really get into juicing is that at first your body rejects it. You gag. It's nasty. Like, even somebody asked me last night, because I posted a picture of juicing just the raw carrots, and I'm like, I wonder what it tastes like. And I was having fun with it. I was like, well, I'll give you a little hint. It tastes like carrots. Meaning, like, so I'm saying like this, okay? At first, your body, Mike, welcome back to our show, my friend. I was answering the question, what would shock people most about juicing? For me, I think what shocks people most is how much their body rejects it at first, or how much they think, oh, that's sick, that's nasty, I can't do it. I hate vegetables. But how much people, if they stick with it and they push out the toxins and keep juicing, even if they got to plug their nose and even if they got to gag, even if they got to throw up at first, how much their body actually changes and craves it to where they start to love it. Just the transformation, Mike, to me, is what shocks people the most.
Hey, you know what? When people, I'm going to just be real for a second. When people complain to me, they don't like carrots, they don't like the taste of kale, they don't like whatever. I'm like, are you serious right now? You know, when they put that chemotherapy drug in your arm, you're not going to like that either. That's not going to be any fun. Okay? It's not going to make you feel good. But you're going to just sit there and take it because it's medicine. Well, why don't you take God's medicine and prevent it in the first place? Shut up and quit your whining.
Come on. Welcome to Fuel for Success, the show where Mike and I freak people out. They're like, my God, you know what's going to happen? Grocery stores across America today are going to be like, whoa, what happened to the carrots? Like, all of a sudden, we've had a skyrocket in sales in carrots. You're right, Mike. You're right. Okay, so what? It doesn't taste good. You know, that's another thing. We've grown up go ahead. It's your rant. I'm not stealing your rant. This is your rant.
No, go ahead. Go on. It's all good. I'm just like, get over it. Get over it. There's more important things than what you think tastes good.
That's actually pretty scary.
People take medicine all the time and it doesn't taste good. So, I don't know. I don't get it.
I think that probably the second thing that shocks people most about juicing is the amount of pooping that takes place when you juice. You know, people are like, oh my God, you know, I'll have people text me and they'll be like, bro, thanks for the heads up, man. Like, you know, and I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Like, thank God, you know, it is. It's such a cleanser that when someone starts juicing at first, they're like always in the bathroom. So celebrate the heck out of that, my friends.
Yeah. Well, what happens is people start to get healthy and they don't realize that they've actually been sick for their entire life. And like everything's been broken for their entire life. It's like for 35 years, it was just blah, blah, blah. It was because you were sick. And now suddenly you're healthy and you're like, I didn't realize. But, you know, stuff happens. Things change. Yeah.
Well, Pacey said we can't get through a Tuesday show without talking about pooping. Because
hey, it's important.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's one of those things like nobody likes to talk about it, but man, that needs to be our next webinar, Mike. Imagine us sending an email out and your subject line says, "You're not pooping enough," right? That's our next webinar title.
Yeah, let's do a 20-minute webinar on poop.
Poop more. 10 reasons why you're not pooping enough. You know, that would definitely capture people's attention. You want to?
It's true. I think we should. It's important. If people like, you know, scoff at it or whatever, muy importante. It's important. Very important.
That is. And it is. I mean, it's obviously funny to talk about, but it is important. And then, you know, Mike, we got like 2 minutes left, so I think we've covered all of our questions. Do you have any others that have come in that I might have missed or anything on your mind? Any more rants? You want? I'll give you 2 more minutes of ranting. You want to rant on anything?
That would be dangerous today, so probably not a great idea. But
my rant is, can I give a rant? And I've talked about it before.
Yeah, go.
People eat hot dogs. Why? Tell me why. What is the reason for it? If you love mustard and ketchup that bad, put it on a carrot. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I was at the baseball game with my son yesterday, and I just felt like I fell out of place. I was just kind of sitting there like everybody had a hot dog on my whole aisle but me and Caleb. And I was like, God, this stuff looks so gross. Like, talk about gagging. Is this going to make you gag over a hot dog? Hot dogs don't make you gag. If I took one bite of a hot dog, I would be gagging. Like, you've seen me gag, Mike. It would be I couldn't take a bite of a hot dog. I mean,
yeah, I'm with Katerina here, and the truth is, as a guy that grew up hunting and fishing and butchering hogs, and you know, I've worked in meat lockers and all of that. You don't really want to know. You know, I mean, there's the whole even evolution of sausages and hot dogs. It's like, well, that's the stuff that, you know, they couldn't use for anything else, and they stuff it inside a part of the intestine, and you know, Like, where did this food we eat come from? There's just some weird stuff. You know what I'm
Weird.
saying? It's like,
We're the wackos. We're the weirdos. Because, you drink
because we eat
grass.
vegetables.
Like, what? Why don't you just go take the grass out of the lawn and chew it? And you know what else makes me mad is the people that are always joking with me. Hey, you wanna, can I juice pizza? And I'm like, dude, really? If one more person asks me in my travels, attention, okay? For all you that I might be traveling your way in the future, don't ask me anymore. I don't laugh at that anymore. I just look at them like, what? That's what we need to start doing, Mike. Instead of like, that's funny, right? We're just sitting and looking at them and say, what? Hey, can I juice cheeseburgers and fries? I'm going to juice my pancakes. It's not funny anymore, okay?
Yeah. Actually, you should probably just look at him and go, you're going to die.
Pacey, it is funny. Ask Mike about my gagging issues. I'm a gagger.
Yeah, I have a stomach of iron. I can take just about anything. Matt, not so much. I don't know why. I wonder what that's all about. Must be like something from our childhood, I don't know. We'll have to get a therapist on here and talk about our deep-seated issues.
Yeah, our next show will be the top 5 things that causes us to gag. Hey, you know what, Mike?
I got nothing.
Mike and I are actually in the middle of revamping Fuel for Success to make it better. And we're actually contemplating doing a daily 11-minute show. Here we are, 37 minutes in. So we're toying with some ideas here of a Monday through Friday question of the day, 11-minute show. And how many of y'all would rather have an 11-minute show? I mean, I know you like to, hang with us and all that, but let's be real. Everybody's busy these days, right, Mike? I mean, let's talk about it.
Well, everybody is busy, and the thought was that deliver a shorter piece of content more frequently, and with more compact information to take so that people to respect people's time as much as possible and give us opportunity. And
we've already got 3 people voting against it at this current point.
The other option is that we could do a daily 4-hour show.
Yeah, exactly.
Just 4 hours of the two of us hanging out. I'll just be working. We'll have the camera on, just like Matt and Mike live.
One of us guys go to the bathroom, and you cover the show, and then vice versa. You're
like, hey, juice 20 minutes ago. I'm out.
All right. Well, hey, Mike and I will be back tomorrow. Remember this: if any of our shows help you, and you think they can help your grandma, your friends, your cousins, put it out on your Facebook page or your Twitter, or text this link to your friends. Remember, Mike and I are here for you. So if you have questions, email us, find us, go to iTunes and download our podcast. You can here's the good news, Mike. Let's just say this. Even if we did go to an 11-minute show, we've got 268 30-plus minute shows. How long would it take someone to watch every one of them, did you say? Like 40 a whole week straight? No breaks?
Yes. It's over 168 hours right now. So.
Yes. Hey, so anyways, we love you guys. Thank you. Hit us up on fuelforsuccess.tv. Mike, 30-second recap of today's show, my friend. On the spot right now.
Carrots will heal everything, but may make you look like an Oompa Loompa. Top 3 things to juice: kale, carrots, and then it diverges from there, whether it's apples or ginger or what was your third one? I forgot. Oh, berries. Sorry. Hey, it was a 40-minute show. I can't remember everything. I'm a grandpa, remember?
But Mike, it's like if you ask me in innocence, hey, Matt, as my friend, what are the top 3 things I like doing outdoors? If I'm not mentioning fishing in the top 3 or hunting, you're in a state of shock. Be like, you know what, Mike? I think you probably really enjoy, jump roping.
Well, I know it was wheatgrass, but then we changed it, remember? So I thought there was something else. I guess it was berries.
It was berries. It was berries.
Yeah. I don't know. I used my 30 seconds. So there. Then there's some other stuff that was great. Eat your vegetables. Quit whining. That's my recap.
Yeah.
Zip it.
Today's
Eat 'em.
show is no more whining.
No more whining.
Suck it up. Today's show is suck it up. If the juice tastes bad at first, suck it up and drink it anyways. We love you guys. Mike and I will be back tomorrow and 9:30 EST. If you have not subscribed to Spreecast, do so. That way, anytime we upload a Spreecast, you get the email. And then also join our YouTube page, Fuel for Success. We love you guys. God bless. Enjoy your day. And have fun.
Eat your veggies or we'll tase you.
Mike, we got to think about that. There's got to be some kind of something we can do. Maybe not, but something, whether it's tase or some kind of like loud alarm that goes off or like something. There's got to be something.
There's got to be a way. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
God
out.
bless y'all.
We'll create it.
Have a great Tuesday.
Love you guys. God bless.